Hello everybody, have you been working hard? Because oh my goodness have I been hardly working. It's me, I'm back. It's been about 2 months since my last Let's Play went up, and about as long since I've recorded any. And I don't know that that'll still be true by the time this goes up, so I guess that puts me on a bit of a time frame, don't it? Hey, how you been? You been good? Look, I did some of the grinding I talked about, so I've got I think some higher levels than the last time you saw me, and I got new weapons for Donald and Goofy, you know, ones that actually do things. So there's the good news. Where have I been for a while, huh? I'm not sure that any of you actually care to ask that question. But I'll answer it. I was taking a bit of a break. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I hadn't really gone totally public yet with this channel. I mean, it was out there, but I hadn't shared anything with my friends and family about it. It was just kind of a... Maybe people will randomly see it on the internet when it shares when my channel shares a title with an old hit college humor sketch that kept going, I guess series, not sketch, you know, because that's definitely not competition that I'm gonna have to deal with by my own choice. You know, that would be silly of me to pick a name that fits me creatively but is also really popular. Anyway, yeah, I wasn't really doing anything. And then one of my youngest stepsister, she uploaded a video, and it happened to be Kingdom Hearts, and it kind of made me feel a little bit competitive. So here we are. I'm back because I would also like to keep playing and show that I can actually stick to something for once. That's a little weirdly personal. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for being the fire under my butt that got me back into this, because I am excited to keep going. I miss doing things. I tried to, over the last couple months, really get more into voice acting, but, I mean, I don't know if you can hear in the background. You probably can. I'm going to try to, you know, cover it up with the music from the game here, but I have a AC in the room that I record stuff in, including my voiceover. And unfortunately, this is the only room that I could really set up in to do it. And the only space is directly under the unit. So whenever the air turns on, it blasts right into here, warm or cold. And I happen to live in a place where it gets very warm and also very cold. So there are a lot of times where there's just air blowing through my house, which is nice, except when I'm trying to record stuff. And even if I turn it off, there's still this terrible noise that comes up that I can't get rid of when it's just me recording voiceover. For some reason, when I do this, I think it's just harder to hear because of all the other stuff going on, but when it's just me into the mic, I hear it very clearly, and I hate it. And it's the worst. So I spent 2 months not doing the voiceover that I was hoping to be working on, and I hope it's just an equipment and a space issue and not like a I'm incompetent issue, because then I can just, you know, oh, one day I'll have enough money and I can afford the equipment to do the job that I want to be doing. The worst case scenario being that I'm an idiot, because I don't know how easy it'll be to train myself to not be an idiot, you know? Anyway, let's get this Trinity. I have grabbed, I think, all the Trinities I could. I'm sorry that I probably didn't record them. I assume that because they're not really impaired to the story, that if I grab them you know, when you're not around, nobody's going to be terribly upset. And I think that's everything here, because we don't get the Pooh book till later. Spoilers for people who've never played this. We get to go to the 100 Acre Wood, and I love it. Okay, gummy ship time. Now And there's a part of me that kind of wishes I grabbed a quarter, because I might actually have flipped it to see if we go down or up. But because I don't have it, I'm going to go up. Well, crap. See, here's the thing. My very first time I played this when I was a kid, I know that I went, nuts. I didn't set a timer. Okay, this is going to be a making up how long this one goes. I went down, and part of me wants to do that just to revisit my childhood, but because I'm playing this on the hardest difficulty, I'm going to go up because this has only 1-star difficulty. And I'm a big coward. So, yeah, it's a gummy ship mission, guys. We gotta control a gummy ship. Shoot lasers. Don't die. I apologize in advance, since, you know, anybody who knows anything about gummy ship missions knows that I'm just gonna hold down this fire button. So that's gonna probably get old for you. But we get to go on that adventure together. 'Cause, I mean, anyone who doesn't just hold down the fire button is just wasting their own time. What else have I been up to? I got into some websites, and, not those kinds of websites, you gross people. I got into some manga websites, and I've been reading a lot of manga online to make up for my lack of reading them in real life, since I don't really have access to a bookstore or a library nearby me anymore. I mean, they're near, but they're not the same walking distance that they used to be, and so, yeah, I don't really go. But yeah, I've been reading. I'm really into Death March. I think it's Death March to Another World Rhapsody is what it's called. I started with the anime, but I got into the manga almost immediately. And then I started reading a manhwa, which I guess means that it's Chinese instead of Japanese. And that one's called Tales of Demons and Gods. And oh my god, I loved it so much. So much that I started reading the light novel. And for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I'm not sure because part of that includes time reading the manhwa, I read all 467 current translated chapters on a website for the light novel, and worth it. I really hope that the author gets a chance to speed up their releases. Apparently, I've heard that they had to slow down on their light novel release schedule so the manhwa can catch up, and like, I get it, but man, come on. Anyway, back to the game. We're in Wonderland, guys. I love Wonderland. Partly because I just love this visual of this movie. I don't have cosplays. I've never been creative enough to make one, but I did. So my junior year of high school, I managed to get to be the guy who I joined the junior senate or whatever. I think I said my junior year, right? Anyway, for just long enough to pick the prom theme, and I submitted Wonderland, and it won. And then I went to prom as the Mad Hatter. Like, I got a Halloween costume Mad Hatter outfit, and it was awesome. Unfortunately, I didn't get a date, so I had to go without an Alice. I'd asked somebody, but she wasn't able to go, which was unfortunate. But also alright, because, you know, we're all human beings and things happen. But I still went out for pictures with my friends, and there's a handful of pictures with me with all the ladies. So that was cool anyway. And I went to the Grand March or whatever where, you know, people show off their dates. And even though I was by myself, I still strutted along as the Hatter, and I had a great time. And I think everyone else enjoyed that night. I know a lot of people from my grade appreciated that one more than our senior prom, which was, every prom is, like, the theme is picked by the juniors for whatever reason. And it felt good to know that I'd succeeded at something in high school, you know? Anyway, my point of that is, I then went to my very first convention when I was 18, and, since I didn't have a cosplay, I just brought my Mad Hatter outfit, and I wore that, I think, one day, and it was totally worth it. Great time. So yeah, I've never read the books. I feel terrible about it because, like, how can I really be a fan if I'm only familiar with the Disney movie? But it's actually true of a lot of Disney movies now that I think about it. I just accept that Disney's story is real, which is ridiculous because I know what they did to, like, Hercules. And so I know that they don't tell the real story, but I like to pretend they did anyway, you know? Man, Ripple Drive is such a good skill. Ugh, it's just... I mean, it's terrible for, like, tournaments and, like, boss fights because, you know, it ruins your combos. But it's so good for these just clearing maps areas, which I love to do because XP and money and item drops. Wonderland. Yes, very excited. I don't think my very first time I played this. So my very first time, I don't think I've talked about my first time yet. So my first time playing Kingdom Hearts, I was with my stepdad. He had to go to somebody he knew's house to do something. I assume he was, like, working on band stuff or recording something in a basement, something like that. And the guy at his house, he had a daughter, and she had a PS2 and Kingdom Hearts. And they just left me alone upstairs and let me play Kingdom Hearts. And so I got to start the game without a memory card, so I wasn't going to get to save. It was just, you know, basically a single run to see how far I could get and enjoy the game. So I started, and I chose the Dream Wand because I thought magic would be cool, and at the time I wasn't aware enough of how to make magic cool. Plus, you know, you don't get magic till after you finish Traverse Town, so, like, it's definitely a hard sell for a kid, but I still thought it was a neat choice. And I think I gave up the sword because I thought that the shield affected, like, healing magic based on its wording. And I wanted to get healing magic because even when I was a kid, I was like, yes, I need to be able to heal myself. Oh my. And so, yeah, I had such a hard time on Destiny Island because, you know, I didn't have a guide or anyone there to help me, and I just had to figure out where all the stuff was. But somehow, over the time that I was there, I managed to get through Destiny Island and Traverse Town without any of the grinding that I'm known for doing. And I even made it to that 2-star place. But I think I got to the boss fight of that world, and that's as far as I got. After that, I had to leave, but I was hooked. And then my next taste of Kingdom Hearts was my friend's birthday party. Somehow I managed to convince my dad to let me get him Kingdom Hearts 2 for his birthday, which was crazy because how could I do that? But I knew he liked the first Kingdom Hearts, so, you know, I was hoping it would be a good gift. And it turned out that somebody else got him the first one. I think a couple people might have. So when I showed up with the second one, I was like the really cool friend for that moment because, you know, I got him the more expensive and newer one. But then I did the really uncool, and I realized it was probably the most autistic I've ever been with my friends, is I locked myself in his room and I just played Kingdom Hearts 2 like the whole rest of the night. Everyone else was up and they were hanging out, and I don't know what they did. I know Dr. Thunder was there. If you don't know what Dr. Thunder is, it's like Dr. Pepper, but with more caffeine than Mountain Dew. It was a huge hit with my friends. And yeah, they were up all night hanging out and doing friend birthday party things. I was just up in Brandon's room. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. I gave away your name. Oh, well. No, you're probably fine with it. I was up in his room, and I got through the Pirates of the Caribbean level, which, I mean, I guess we'll find out when I'm playing through it, you know, later, just how much time that really is, but I can definitely tell you that I spent more time playing it then than I will now, because, again, back then it was my first time, and I was really exploring and figuring stuff out. And yeah, that was that was a thing that I did. God, I love the Cheshire Cat. He's adorable. I mean, he's kind of a huge dick, but he's adorable. But yeah, those were my first experiences with Kingdom Hearts. And then at some point, the reason why I didn't have much of an experience when I was a kid is I wasn't a PlayStation person for a long time. My 10th birthday, I got an Xbox, and then eventually I traded it up for an Xbox 360, which was a very contentious time in my household because they really liked the Xbox, but I was like, yeah, but the 360 has backwards compatibility and new games, which I think would have been fine, except eventually I sold the 360 as well, and I traded it in for just a PS2 because I was kind of tired of 360 games at that point. I was like, I've enjoyed these, but you know, I'm ready to try some games that I haven't before. And so I got a PS2, and I played the heck out of Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't remember. Actually, I don't even know if I got the PS2 when I traded in the 360, because I remember having the PS2 for a long time before my dad moved. And so that might be unrelated. Anyway, at some point I ended up with a PS2. And I was just really more into that. But I wouldn't get a PS3 until I went to college, and I used some of my oh, I don't know what that means. Oh no, wait, that's a game that I downloaded for free through PSN. Cool. Thanks for the alert, I guess. I think we'll call this after I get all the evidence, and then we can start up next time with the trial. Yay. Anyway, where was I? I had the PS2, right. Got my PS3 when I went to college because I had a college fund saved up. I never took out any loans. I never finished college, but I didn't want to take out loans for a theater degree because I've known since the beginning of my choice to go down the performing arts road that a theater degree would never pay for itself. Like, best case scenario for me is I get famous and a ridiculous amount of money, but as much as I want that, I can't guarantee it, and so I'm not willing to gamble my entire life away, you know, just on the off chance that maybe I'll get lucky and everybody will love me the way that my parents love me. Not the same way. I really hope that you love me differently, because that I feel like if you love me the way that they love me, that might be maybe a little weird. What do we got for ethers? Wait, no, because the one that I want tells me it'll make me grow. That one's a trick. I'll make you bigger, see? I just gave it to me because I'm a dum-dum. So even though I thought that I beat the system, I did not. Why don't you get on it? Well, why don't I? There we go. Alright, now I have access to that. No, that's not right. Okay. Yes, give me, so I can shrinky. Anyway, sorry, I'm all over the place right now. I'm just really excited to be playing again. So PS3, and then, you know, they came out with the final mixes for PS3. I ended up with both of those, because of course I did. I never got the platinums for them, because eventually Fallout 4 would come out, and when Fallout 4 came out, that was when I became a PS4 person. I was working 2 jobs at the time, saving up to move. I never moved the way that I'd planned to, but I still used the money that I'd gotten from saving up from 2 jobs to buy a PS4, and then, you know, eventually this came out, and I was like, well, I gotta have that. I mean, it's all of the games except for Dream Drop all on one. You know, I need that. Yay, now I can use Blizzard. I'm not going to keep it, probably. Just to let you guys know, my spell list is probably going to be like Cure, Thunder, and I'm not really sure what my third one... Oh, Air. Yeah, Cure, Thunder, and Air are going to be the 3 shortcut spells I have, because those are the ones that appeal to me the most. Because Cure, obviously I need Cure. I mean, anybody who doesn't run Cure is just hurting themselves, you know? Thunder, because I like the area effect damage. It's convenient since I mostly bash for single target anyway. And then air, because not only does it add defense, but anybody wants to touch me and they're just going to hurt themselves on my body. And that is super convenient, and I did not make that jump. Okay. But yeah, I got the PS4, now here I am, you know? And I'm pretty happy with how things have turned out thus far. Yay, Dalmatians. But yeah, I mean, man, my video game journey started forever ago. I was just a kid. My very first console was an N64. Then when I was 6, because I was really little when my sister and I both got the N64, but she wasn't as into it as I was. I'm just kind of passing time to tell this story right now. So she didn't really enjoy it as much. She was actually the one who got Banjo-Kazooie. My very first game was Pokemon Snap. And then when I was 6, I got a Game Boy Advance and a Game Boy Color. The Advance was from my mom, but the Color was from a friend of, like a kid of her friends who didn't need theirs anymore. So I had 2 awesome handheld systems, which was pretty sweet to just get. And then Xbox when I was 10. I think when I was 12, I bought a GameCube with birthday money I'd saved up. I was pretty late to the GameCube party, and I don't remember the ages for the other stuff. But I remember my freshman year of high school, I helped a friend clean his garage, and then I convinced my mom that if I cleaned our garage, she should buy me a Wii. And she did, and I still have that Wii, so it was totally worth the time and effort I put into that. Even though I didn't perfectly clean it, I cleaned it better than it had ever looked in the years that I had seen it, so nobody really complained long enough to take it back. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited to share a lot more of my my gaming experiences and all kinds of stuff with you guys as we keep going. But I'm gonna save again, even though I just saved, just because I'm a worrier. That's it for this episode. According to this thing I'm looking at, we're over 20 minutes, so that's gonna be fun to edit later. I hope everybody takes care. I'll see you all next time. Oh, probably should address, I don't know my upload schedule anymore. Unless I hear from people that they're interested in the film discussions. I enjoyed them, but I mean, if nobody else wants them, I'm not gonna take up precious time making them and uploading them and editing and whatever. But if you do want them, let me know and I'll keep working on them. Otherwise, I'm not even planning on jumping into Banjo-Kazooie just yet. Real talk, over those 2 months, I 100%ed Kazooie and almost 100%ed Tooie. I have everything except for the Cheeto page from the last Canary Mary race, if you know what I'm talking about, and it is impossible to get. I mean, I've looked it up, and apparently the mathematics for it are impossible. Like, anybody who's gotten it has been pure luck, and I have spent hours trying to get it personally, and I'm just not going to do it, especially if I'm not recording it. So I don't know when I'm going to get back to Banjo-Kazooie. I know that I will because I love it, but I got so many other games on my plate, and so since I've already personally gotten the 100% runs that I'm looking for, I'm willing to put them off for other stuff. So I'm just going to focus on Kingdom Hearts right now until I've got, you know, a nice catalog of them backed up for me to upload, and then I'll start looking at other games. Part of me is thinking to keep the collectathon thing going, and I might jump into Yooka-Laylee. Just to show you guys what that one was like. I've already platinumed that one, but, I mean, if I want to show you guys just how upset I can get, I can always jump into it and try to get 100% again, because that'll be fun. Yay. Alright, for real though, that's it for this episode. Alright, I'll see y'all next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.